This is Linda with one verb at a time with some questions and answers using the verb to do. Notice this says revised. I did this video already. However, I did not realize that when it went to YouTube, it had no sound. And for several days, some of you watched it. I even got a few likes, but I want to do it over so that you can actually hear the explanation. So first of all, we have the quick review. The verb do has several spellings, and the spellings depend on the time that the verb is referring to. Anytime I or you or we or they do something. When it's in bold, it's the main verb. If it's in green and underlined, it's a helper. He or she or it does something. Right now, I am doing something. You or we or they are doing something. He or she or it is doing something. If it's past specific, which means I'm thinking about the time or times that it happened. I did it, whatever it is. You did something, we did something, they or he or she or it did something. Past general just means it's before now, but I'm not referring to the time that it happened. I have done something, you have done something, we or they have done something, he or she or it has done something. So let's move on to using these in questions and answers. There are two ways to say the question. It doesn't affect how you answer it. You could say, with a helper, do, and then the main verb do. Do I do gardening in the summer? Do you do gardening in the summer? Do we or do they do gardening in the summer? If I use don't, it suggests that I already know the answer is yes. The answer is probably yes if I use don't as the first word. Don't I do gardening in the summer? Don't you do gardening in the summer? Probably yes. Do we or do they do gardening in the summer? Probably yes. So you answer either question if the answer is yes. Yes, I do. Yes, you do. Yes, we do. Yes, they do. Why is it in green? It's because it's not the main verb. I could do the same thing if I said, do you swim in the summer? Yes, you do. Yes, I do swim. The verb would be swim. Do is just the helper. And sometimes that's all we answer with. We use the helper do, meaning whatever the action is, it happens. But that's why I put the word why there. Why is that a helper and not a main verb? That sentence isn't even complete because it doesn't have a main verb. It's understood. But the complete answer would be yes, I do gardening in the summer. Yes, you do gardening in the summer. Yes, we do gardening in the summer. Yes, they do gardening in the summer. Or a stronger answer uses the helper and the main verb do. It's much stronger. Yes, I do gardening in the summer! Exclamation point. Yes, you do gardening in the summer. Yes, we or they do gardening in the summer. If the answer is no for either of those questions at the top, no, I don't. No, you don't. No, we don't. No, they don't. It would be the same answer if I asked, do you swim in the summer? No, I don't. No, you don't swim. So it's not a complete sentence. And do is a helper here, and there's no main verb. Or you could say, I don't do gardening in the summer. No, you don't do gardening in the summer. No, we don't do gardening in the summer. No, they don't do gardening in the summer. Some examples for he or she or it. The question, Does he do the dishes well? Does she do the dishes well? Does it do the dishes well? Maybe we're talking about the dishwasher. And if I think the answer is yes, I might say, doesn't he do the dishes well? I think he does. Doesn't she do the dishes well? I think she does. Doesn't it do the dishes well? I like that dishwasher. And the answer could also be, yes, he or she or it does. Yes, he or she or it does the dishes well. Or a stronger answer, yes, he or she or it does do the dishes well. That's a much stronger answer. But if the answer is no, no, he doesn't, no, she doesn't, no, it doesn't. No, he doesn't do the dishes well. No, she doesn't do the dishes well. No, it doesn't do the dishes well. If it's right now, the question might be, am I doing the repairs? That means fixing something that is broken. Are you, or we, or they doing the repairs? And I can ask that same question starting with aren't if I think the answer is yes. Now, aren't is technically not correct. It should be am I not. However, we don't have a contraction for am I not. So we've gotten into the habit of borrowing from the you, we, they form and say aren't I. It's not really correct, but it's common. Aren't I doing the repairs? Probably yes. Aren't you, or we, or they doing the repairs? Probably yes. Answer, yes, I am. It's just the helper. Yes, I am doing the repairs. Yes, you, or we, or they are. Yes, you, or we, or they are doing the repairs. If the answer is no, no, I am not, or I'm not. No, I'm not doing the repairs. No, you aren't doing the repairs. We aren't doing the repairs. They aren't doing the repairs. That's for right now. For he or she or it, is he doing a good job? Is she doing a good job? Is it doing a good job? And I could ask it if I think I know the answer is yes. Isn't he doing a good job? Isn't she doing a good job? Isn't it doing a good job? And I could actually answer by saying, yes, he is. Yes, she is. Yes, it is. But that's not a complete sentence. The complete sentence would be, yes, he is doing a good job. She is doing a good job. It is doing a good job. There's no form that makes it a stronger answer. The only way to make it stronger is just to say the is louder. If the answer is no, no, he isn't. No, she isn't. No, it isn't. The verb do doesn't even show up in the sentence. No, he isn't doing a good job. No, she isn't doing a good job. No, it isn't doing a good job. Now we do specific past. Did you or we or they or he or she or it do a good deed? I think I left out I. I should have had I in there. Okay. Did, do is the verb in that question, but we have to have the helper in a question. If I think the answer is yes, didn't I do a good deed? Didn't you do a good deed? Didn't we do a good deed? Didn't they do a good deed? Didn't he, didn't she, didn't it do a good deed? The answer is probably yes, because I started with didn't. The answer, yes, I did. Yes, you did. Yes, we did. Yes, they did. Yes, he did. Yes, she did. Yes, it did. Stronger answer, yes, I, or you, or we, or they, or he, or she, or it did do a good deed. Answer, no, I or you or we or they or he or she or it didn't. No, I or you or we or they or he or she or it didn't do a good deed. Past general, somewhere in the past, before now. Have I or you or we or they done good artwork in the past? If I think the answer is yes. Haven't I done good artwork in the past? Haven't you done good artwork in the past? Haven't we, haven't they done good artwork in the past? Probably yes. And if the answer is yes, yes. I, you, or we, or they have. I forgot I again for some reason. Yes, I, or you, or we, or they have done good artwork in the past. No, I, or you, or we, or they haven't. There's no verb there, just a helper. No, I, or you, or we, or they haven't done good artwork in the past. I'm sorry about forgetting I a few times. I guess I thought the hash was an I. Okay, and then for he or she or it, we have to use has instead of have as the helper. Has he done honest reports in the past? Maybe he's a reporter for the newspaper or the television station. Has she done honest reports in the past? Has it done honest reports in the past? Maybe the newspaper? Hasn't he done honest reports in the past? Probably yes. Hasn't she done honest reports in the past? Hasn't it done honest reports in the past? Probably. So we answer, yes, he has. Yes, she has. Yes, it has. Yes, he has done honest reports in the past. Yes, she has. Yes, it has done honest reports in the past. If the answer is no, no, he hasn't. No, she hasn't. No, it hasn't. No, he hasn't done honest reports in the past. No, she hasn't done honest reports in the past. No, it hasn't done honest reports in the past. I hope that this helps you keep the helper do separate from the main verb do in its different forms and according to the time. And I'll see you next time.